Hi everyone, and welcome to the Daily Scopes for the 16th of November. So today the moon enters its last quarter phase. It also goes into Leo as well, so I'm going to talk about that first. And the sun also goes into Scorpio, but I'll talk about that next week sometime. Yeah. And then I'll talk about today's aspects at the end of it. On the 16th of November, the moon enters void of course at 2:27 GMT time. Again, best to delay things if you feel the call to. And the moon also enters its last quarter moon phase. So this phase at worst can bring mood swings and conflict between masculine and feminine energies, but allows for quick responses, to read situations and to walk away, or to do the correct responses to people to, either bring you closer or to calm aggressive situations down. Can also be thinking about getting rid of the old to make room for the new in your life, decluttering, releasing burdens, whether that be in your personal hobbies or projects or relationships, or your thought or behaviour habits, self-destructive ones that hold you back. Can also bring an increase in sensuality, need for touch, unblocking your repressed emotions and any other psychological or spiritual energy. Gives a chance for you to look into your own obstacles and find ways to overcome them. Can be really responsive to healing therapies like acupuncture, massage and yoga and gentle dance right now. It's good energy to look after your health on all levels, engage in some meditation and question emotions like revenge and bitterness, and also think about your regrets and think about the ways you can overcome them, and open yourself up to forgiving yourself and others. The moon also enters Leo today at 14:29. So when the moon enters the constellation of Leo, there can be an increase in romantic, sexual and artistic activity, adding a sexual creative magnetism to the next few days. People may be more dramatic or wear brighter colours, while moods can be in general a bit more cheerful, and there can be an increase in people seeking external praise and stuff like that. And this can be genuine, but it can also just be to boost their ego. People may want to give or receive pleasure more and be a bit more dramatic to do it, but try and relax a bit, even though you have some fun. People can become more self-sufficient and reliant and assertive under this moon, and go after what or who they want, especially if they're deeply interested in it. Even if you're normally shy, you may just be like, I don't care, I'm just going to go for it now under the Leo moon. People may become more observant and able to make more accurate judgments of people and situations, especially other people's intentions. Negatively, people can become bossy, controlling and forgetting to use the heart and letting their heads rule. A lover's tiff and general superficial arguments can cause further pressure. Some people may try and dominate others but react badly to what they see as criticism or interference from others right now. And this can cause like a battle of egos, because people can become highly self-righteous, not wanting to back down, thinking their ways the right way and forcing others, trying to anyway, or some people may actually do it, force others to do things their own way. So try not to push people around and try and stand up for yourself if someone tries to do this to you. So just watch out for taking risks without planning as well, because this can cause losses, misery and disagreements. There can also be setbacks in personal relationships or projects, and also memories from your past can interfere with your authentic personal expression or make you feel more insecure and vulnerable than usual, and this can have a knock-on effect in all your conversations and relationships as well. So it's essential that you check your mood during this time and just try and understand it and nurture it and be gentle with yourself, and be aware that it may affect your productivity and your ability to think clearly, what could get you in trouble with work or other people as well that you have to answer to. The best use of the energy of the moon in the constellation of Leo is to express your creativity and pay more attention to your inner child and any actual children you are involved with. Enjoy yourself without overdoing it in social situations. Just enjoy sports, romance and anything else that sets your soul on fire in moderation. And again, it's important to relax, because sometimes people can rush. So yeah, Well thought out speculation on the stock market can also pay off, and some of you may decide to watch a movie or just entertain and just be nice, and this can make you feel more relaxed and happy in your relationships and stuff like that. When the moon is in the constellation of Leo, it can be a very infertile period for gardeners, but it's a good energy for harvesting and disposing of bad crops, weeds, fungi and other pests. Also today, the Sun makes a quincunx to Mars, so this can bring frustration and feeling like nothing's going right now. There can also be problems with accepting authority. Some people may abuse their power right now. Overworking and neglecting to pay attention to detail or not having enough time can be the root of these issues. Fatigue or general tiredness can also cause mistakes. When the Sun makes a quincunx to Mars, just be mindful in everything that you do, especially if you're operating any machinery or anything else. Follow all safety guidelines at this time. Trouble can break out in work, social or intimate relationships because of just more irritability and aggression right now. You kind of got the Sun with its willpower on Mars kind of in a difficult, your certain assertive energy and your ego just in a difficult kind of interaction there, which can just lead to people not thinking before they act or react, and this can lead to damaging repercussions, waste of energy and other resources. Be careful when taking risks today, especially with money, with the moon in Leo as well, that's wanting us to be more extravagant and spend more money as well. So just be mindful, because this aspect is kind of driving you to do that, to kind of just break out of routine or boredom or just being impulsive in general. There may also be blocks to intellectual and creative expression right now. So the moon in Leo makes us want to be playful, more dramatic, but on the negative side it can make us more withdrawn as well. So this energy is amplifying that some of you may feel these sort of like blocks to understanding your own inner child at this time, or understanding children in general. Some issues with children, they may act out whatever, and this may interfere with your routine. You may get called to pick them up from school early, and this can interfere with your work and stuff. You and others can become more jealous over each other's possessions right now. There's petty arguments, relationship or career or anything else. There can also be problems with receiving and giving sexual pleasure. Just be more mindful in hookups and other romantic situations, because you've got that Mars and Sun working together can make us make impulsive sexual decisions that can mess with our sexual health. Be assertive. Don't let other people walk over you, but also try and remain calm. And Mercury also makes a trine to Jupiter right now. So this sort of energy, it gives the power to take care of your thoughts and actions, and choosing to not act or to act regardless of external circumstances, even if it can be hard to do. It's a good energy to focus on completing important marketing, public relation work, negotiation, studies in business, submitting proposals and applying for further higher educational training. But just be mindful there, because if you're really affected by that Sun in Mars energy, you can't always cancel meetings and all the rest of it. We live in the real world. But just be mindful just to not react if anyone says anything harsh in a negative way that can harm you. As I said, be assertive, stand up for yourself, but there's just ways of going about things. This energy of Mercury trine Jupiter supports all sort of research, deductive reasoning, creative thinking, meditation that can give you powerful insights into your current and problems or any future trends. Especially this allows for great progress in your personal, business and projects or goals. Spending time with people discussing higher meanings of life. Some of you would do that with the moon in Leo, getting us to be more social. Some of you will actually be having these more deeper conversations and getting more involved with intellectual, scientific, religious or spiritual organisations, some of you may do that. It just allows for you to be generally more empathetic for your own and other people's problems right now, and looking for solutions rather than fault finding. So if people behave explosive with this Sun Quincunx Mars energy, this energy allows you to think twice and to not overreact, or not to raise to take the higher ground sort of, but not in a snobby superior way, but just in the way that you're not looking to create any further division or to blame anyone or stuff like that. Looking to bring all sides of not only the argument, two different sides of any divisive opinions together, but this allows for you to bring all sides of your personality together and work more in harmony with yourself right now, and encouraging others to do so. Some of you may feel more open-minded and curious about the world, planning a trip abroad or mixing with people of different cultures. Negatively, some of you can reject new information and people, feeling trapped in your own belief systems or refusing to move forward due to, your life challenges right now, and failing to see the positive and focusing on the negative. And I know there's just life is there's a lot going on and it can get us down and that, but hey, you can only really control yourself. You can't control this mad, crazy world. So it's, I don't know, it's best to sort of focus on the things that you can change. Some people may use the word or other communication methods to spread toxicity. Others of you may give into destructive thoughts right now, but the best use of this energy is to spend time looking after your psychological, spiritual and emotional health, and seeking out help to do so if you feel like you cannot do it alone, if you do feel that you can't move forward on your own. Content creators can use this energy to produce content that can help people think more positively by focusing on the many methods of training the mind to think more positive, discussing the barriers to being more. We can be pessimistic. There's 1,000,001 things to be depressed and anxious and apathetic about right now, but you can create content to encourage people to seek out help, as well as take responsibility for their lifelong psychological, emotional and spiritual and intellectual health management. Making content that talks about marketing, SEO methods, negotiation techniques and how to manage branding is also a good use of this energy. So that's the 16th of November. Take care and I'll see you tomorrow.